Guys, if you don't know, I launched my new game, Unit Wars, so let's go from noob to pro in this game. Here we go, guys. Let's cook. And I'm going to show you guys all the tips and tricks so you guys can go from noob to pro. This game has been popping off lately, and I'm going to be honest, we're speedrunning to 1 million plays, so check it out, guys. Unit Wars. All right, let's cook. All right, let's start us off, guys. Let's get our first ever unit. All right, we got some free gems to summon, and look at the summon, guys. Honestly, Badeo cooked on this one. Absolutely sick. All right, we got zombie as our first unit. All right, let's go equip it. And of course, we started out with the unit as well. And then let's hop on into the level menu. All right, play, story mode. All right, and let's go knock this one off. Now, this game is kind of similar to like Battle Cats. I don't know if you guys have ever played that one, but let's go. You basically have to defend your base. It's kind of like if tower defense was 2D and not 3D. So you can pretty it. Now, whenever you start off, you're gonna notice you have to like the group and join the game and join the group. So let's do that real quick. Like the game, join the group, and that should give us enough for that bonus. All right, and let's rejoin after this match, and that should get us to where we need to go. So here we go. All right, there we go. Okay, you don't even have to rejoin, guys. 2x is now working because we joined the group. All right, let's cook, and here we go. Let's get our first ever W. So once your units get to the base, they're gonna pretty much destroy it pretty quickly, and that should be a pretty easy W. All right, here we go. Let's close that off. And you can also get upgrades as well. I personally don't recommend the base health upgrade that much. It's good to have at least 1,000, so I would upgrade it to that. But this gold per second one is one you're going to want to max out fast. Same with this cash multiplier. This one is busted OP. All right, so I really recommend getting that one. All right, there we go. So that's just the tutorial. So here we go. Let's keep summoning, upgrading, and clearing levels, of course. All right, and next up, you guys are going to want to move over here to the daily rewards. Is obviously good. And you want to move over here to this quest menu because this is where all the good stuff happens. And this is where you're gonna be able to cheat code your, speed run your progression right here. So that's pretty sick. They do also have this as well, but I'm gonna be free to play for this series. And there's also a bunch of codes. So let me show you guys some codes to start off. We have a bunch more codes in the Discord server. So I'll have that link down below. So this is the big boy code right here for 200K visits. Here we go, 1,000 gems, not bad. You're gonna wanna get to 2,500 for that 10x summon. And also, you can get some good upgrades as well with gems. I will say, most of the good stuff is for gems, so keep that in mind as well. Or you'll be kind of out of luck if you don't have them. But we do also need some good units first. So let's start off by, let's go run the next one here on story mode. There we go. Let's go cook. And also, every time you beat a map, you have a chance to get an orb. I'll show you guys those in a second. So let's go finish this one out, and then we're going to get some units. Now, you guys can see these Doge. These Doge are really nice to have because they're really fast. And what that's going to allow you to do is just speed run, kill the base, and really start beating these pretty quickly. So the goal is to figure out how to beat these as fast as humanly possible. And that's going to really allow you to cook. You can also just hit the next option, and this 2x will save as well. So there we go. And you are going to really want to upgrade that gold production. That's going to really help you speed run it as well. I'm going to be honest, you guys are going to be able to max that out within a little bit. You'll see that in this episode. It's really fast to max out that upgrade and very much worth it, especially for PvP and whatnot. All right, there we go. We knocked those out. So let's see if any other quests and what do we need to do to knock out these quests. So we need to play, we need to earn some gold. This one's pretty easy, and look how much stuff you're going to get from that one. Now to earn this one, we're going to need to upgrade a little bit, but we'll have to do that in a second. So let's go knock off the next few quests. Here we go. All right, we got a bunch of good stuff. Let's head over here to quests. I believe we also got some quests completed as well. There we go, daily duty. And we got field commander, spawn 100 units, and earn 10,000 gold. And none of these other ones are completed, but look at that, guys. We got a few of these about to get completed as well. Now, also another trick, guys, is these achievements are going to give you XP, and these are going to allow you to level up your units. So, but the thing is, that's only going to apply to your units in your inventory. So make sure you get that popping off. So let's get the upgrades. And again, I like this one a lot. Obviously, cash multiplier is very important as well. Look how much cash you guys are going to be getting bonus. So that's kind of a must have. I do recommend getting the gems multiplier as well. That one's also pretty OP too. There's not a lot of upgrades here, but it's so worth it. So those are kind of my high priority upgrades to get. All right, now we do just straight up need better units. So let's do a 10x on this banner. And let's see if we can get lucky. Now, the limited crate sometimes has good stuff. And the thing about the limited crate, it's going to boost that trait chance a lot. Same thing with the lucky crate, you guys can see, but the limited crate is obviously way better. But here we go. Let's go blast the 10x. And you really want to get traded units because traded units are just way more OP than non-traded units. So if you have a traded common or traded uncommon, it can be really nice. So here we go. Goblin's another unit I like a lot. Obviously, that one doesn't have a trait on it, but also still just pretty good in general. So we'll equip these. There we go. And then we got the buff Noob as well. He's nice because he's a splash damage. It's pretty helpful. And we'll get that as well. So now we have a pretty decent roster going on. And now this is when you want to start, you know, claiming your quests. Ideally when you have like legendaries, rares, and better. So we got to play for a certain amount of time. We got to slay some enemies. We're almost done that one. Deal some damage and use uncommon units. Now we do actually have an uncommon unit equipped. So that will allow us to knock that one out pretty quickly. All right, let's hop on number 9 and let's cook. All right, I like the goblin, especially if you have a speed trait, because you can see how fast that goblin is, and that's just going to allow you to beat these insanely fast. And the faster you can beat these, the more money you're going to get. So there you go, easy W. Also, guys, often on the number 10s, you'll get a bonus prize for completing it, and oftentimes that is a unit. So always make sure you guys blast through the story modes whenever they drop, because usually the easy ones are pretty easy to get, and they have pretty nice like first time completion rewards. And you could macro this, but I'm going to show you guys how OP we can get without macroing. But there is definitely, this game is macroable, but it's thankfully balanced to the point where you don't need a macro. I think that's a pretty good balance. So there we go. We got fighter for free. Now, usually it's a lot better of a unit than that, but in this case, that's what we got. So once you do number 10 on a match, you're going to be able to, oh, what did I got here? All right, here we go. 2000 XP, perfect. Slay some enemies, perfect. All right, now that I have some money, we need to make sure we get these upgrades. So I obviously want more gems. The more gems, the more OP. And gold per second is also pretty useful as well. So we have a look at this, guys. We're already level 15 on those. And that's all thanks to the quest. Quests are so good for that. All right, he needs to do a lot more damage. All right, if you want to do a damage quest, oftentimes infinite mode might be your best bet. So let's hop on this first infinite mode and we'll see how much we can earn. Now there is a unit cap. Now some people think it's best to just spam the rarer units, and that might be the case for infinite mode. But oftentimes the difference between the rarities is that they're way cheaper and they spawn way faster. You can see like the difference between the two cooldown times. So that's the one cool thing about this game, is it's all pretty balanced. And the more common the unit is, the faster it can respawn. So you can kind of spam them. While these units like the archer take a long time. So you can spam like multiple zombies per archer. So that all factors into how balanced it is. Infinite mode in this game isn't that long. You guys can see we did for like about 1:40. And you can see how many gems we got. That is a lot of gems. And a lot of other good stuff. And usually you get a pretty decent amount of levels from that as well. All right, so here's our daily quest. We got some gems. And the rest is pretty easy for us to get as well. We'll just get that regardless. So that's perfect. And this one, we should all start to get those too. This rainbow one, obviously, it's going to be a little bit tough to get, but not too bad. But you do get the rainbow orb. Now, the nice thing is this is a free-to-play way to get the rainbow orb. Otherwise, it's 199 Robux. So, but it's great to get that in a free-to-play friendly way. So there's a lot of good orbs, and I do highly recommend the orbs because some of them are more OP than others. But in general, like, they give you a really, really nice boost. So we have no orbs yet, though. We gotta get one, guys. Let's be for real here. All right, let's hop back on after we get a summon going, because I want to make sure we're cooking here. So let's do this, and let's hope we can get a legendary. All right, looks like we're stuck with some rares, but there's some good rares in the game. All right, did we get? Oh, here we go. Galaxy Archer. Galaxy is one of the best traits, and a poison archer. So it looks like we just got double traits. And that's really, really good. So we're gonna have to rebuild our team. Galaxy Archer is OP. 100 range versus 50 range. And on a range unit, that is busted, guys. Galaxy Archer is amazing. And then we have one that's gonna be doing like, look how much damage. That's crazy as well. All right, poison is a 200% damage boost. Really nice. Now, the Galaxy is more of a range boost, which is very good for any range unit. But this Archer is gonna be cooking. All right, Goblin's kind of our speed. I do generally like Punisher, and I'm also a big fan of Rock Slinger. But I usually recommend you guys have a trait on Rock Slinger. But in general, he's a pretty freaking good unit. The nice thing about Rock Slinger is he does have projectiles as well. So we have a pretty nice range team going on right here. All right, let's head over here to the upgrades. Always make sure you max out your upgrades. And again, focus on the multipliers first. And you'll have a pretty good time. So I'm going to get this one for some XP bonus. And we should be in a good spot. All right, let's continue the grind on story mode. Let's go knock out the abandoned village. And this one has a chance to give us the Philosopher's Stone. Now, if you do a higher fire one, it's going to give you more stuff. But I think I'm going to wait for our team to be a little bit stronger. But medium is generally pretty easy to beat. So if you are grinding this, I do recommend you find one you can do on crazy. And that way you're able to get the orbs that much faster. Because you can really farm these orbs pretty quickly once you get decent at the game. All right, let's cook. All right, our strategy here is for the fighters to clear as well as these range units. And the goal is for this goblin to just speed run the win. So you can see we beat that in 22 seconds. So we need to build our team with more faster units, etc. to really hopefully beat that a lot faster. And that's going to be a lot faster to beat once you get that gold multiplier way up. So those are kind of our goals right now. Also, don't forget there is actually index rewards as well. You just click over here to index rewards and you get the free mecha cat. All right, that one's pretty easy to get. And you can also get some gems as well. And you get them based on variance. So variance means traits and then obviously the different types. Now let's see how good mecha cat is going to be for our team. So mecha cat is a limited unit, which is pretty sick. Really high spawn time, but looks like decent health and just default everything else. So looks like kind of a good all-around unit. So that's not too bad. We can compare it to our fighter. So it looks like mecha cat, yeah, fighter is probably a better bet for us than mecha cat, but mecha cat is decently speedy, which is pretty helpful. All right, let's hop back in. Let's continue the grind. All right, I actually do want to try it on medium. I want to see if our team is good enough because medium does have a nice orb chance and the orbs are really helpful as well. We also need to figure out some good XP methods too. Obviously completing quests is gonna be probably our best bet. So I know once these archers get some levels on them, their damage is just gonna skyrocket. So here we go, we're on medium and let's see how fast this can beat this one is. So this actually is probably gonna be a good map to farm the orb. Yeah, there we go. 20 seconds for that orb chance is really nice. All right, got a little bit of a grind going on. Let's claim our quests. All right, Wave Crusher. This can give us a frick ton of XP and achievements as well. Bang and bang. That's nice. We're up to 19 levels on all these guys. That's gonna really increase our DPS. We also do have enough now for a 10x summon. So we're trying to pull a mythic or legendary. Okay, we did get an epic, which is probably gonna, okay, we got a bulky trade. I love that. All right, and the epic is gonna be the Flame Master. All right, let's check the Flame Master stats. So this guy's a splash damage unit. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure where I want to slot him in the loadout. He has 11 speed, which isn't actually that bad. Okay, he's okay. I'm honestly not sure I want to use him though. But splash damage is pretty decent. All right, now we did actually get a bulky batter. Now the thing is, ooh, actually that's way better than my rock slinger. And he's a little faster, but he doesn't have the, ooh, I'm actually kind of tempted to do this because he does look a little, he's more bulky than my rock slinger. And this guy does have a faster spawn time. So I'm gonna rock that guy instead of my rock. Until I get like a traded rock. And that should be a pretty good spot too. All right, there we go, that's sweet. Also have 25 grand. Now, I usually recommend, oh, we got an achievement too. Oh, we had a summon for units, perfect. All right, now he's level 13 too, let's cook. All right, let's get some upgrades going on here. I do want to max out this cash multiplier, so there we go, we don't have to worry about that again. And gems multiplier. Now, if you do need some extra money, you can actually sell your units. Now, they don't usually give you that much, but I would say in general, I recommend selling units that don't have trades on them. If you do have a unit with a trade on it, you probably are going to want to keep it because they're usually pretty decent. But there we go, let's sell all these, and we're going to get a little bit of extra money here. And we do need to make sure we have this gem multiplier maxed out fast because that one's really good. Same thing with his gold production and base health. Again, not that important, at least for a while. All right, let's get back to the grind. Hey, after some testing, guys, I'm gonna be real. Dude, this guy is OP, dude. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. Look at this. Good health, okay damage, and he's fast. So he's gonna allow you to kind of just clear everything pretty quickly. And again, any level of player can get him. And he's gonna really help you start to speed run the game. And that'll make your life a lot easier. Look at that, there we go. Let's keep cooking. I don't know if like 19 seconds, that's not bad at all. Let's keep cooking. All right, we knocked all those off of medium, so let's see what our weekly quest is. Wow, look at that, bang, that's insane for a weekly. Oh my gosh, heck yeah. All right, let's get our upgrades down then. We need this gem multiplier upgrade badly. All right, XP multiplier, probably not the most helpful right now. So I'm just gonna save up for more of that gems. But we are going to summon. Unfortunately, we do need some more upgrades, but I kind of just want to get a better legendary. Okay, well, epic is what it is. All right, I think there might be some good epics, but I was, oh, here we go. Huge rock is sick. All right, I might actually use that. Oh, we also got a ninja. All right, so ninja is crazy fast. Okay, I like that. He might just be a better fighter or punisher. All right, I'm gonna be honest. Ooh, that's tempting. Because 20 speed is way nicer. What about oh, he's a better he's gonna be our goblin replacement. Yeah, actually I like ninja way more than goblin. Yeah, that's gonna be a good combo right there, guys. All right, now we did also get a huge rock. I'm gonna be honest though. Ooh, I don't know. Who do I want? Batter or rock? Dude, honestly, man, I think we have to stay with the batter for now. He's pretty good. All right, let's get back to the grind. Now we did complete all these on medium, so we can try it on hard. 2% odds for the orb is really nice. So let's see if we're able to cook it on hard. Wow, honestly, I would just replay this one. That's 16 seconds is crazy fast. I think a lot of it has to do with the ninja, so I'm gonna try to level up the ninja as well. All right, it appears for a quest, I need to deal uncommon damage, so I am gonna drop this guy for my rock. mainly just for that quest. But yeah, we should be a good spot. So to get that quest, I'm just gonna rock on infinite mode. So let's do that, and that should hopefully allow us to knock out that quest real fast. All right, we didn't last insanely long, but let's see what we ended up getting from that infinite mode. So 2 minutes for all those rewards. Honestly, not that bad. And is that enough? Oh, somebody challenged us to PvP. Yo, our first ever PvP match, guys. Can we cook? Oh my gosh, I don't know. This team kind of scuffed, but ooh, gosh, he has. Oh wait, I have a stronger team. I have a better team than him, bro. Yo, Brock, what's good, my man? What is good? I'm sorry, but you are cooked. I feel bad for this guy. He probably thought he was playing a noob. Dang, that's tough, dude. I think this is our first dub. Come on, Rock. Yeah, the Rock's just gonna cook the base. Let's go, guys. We got our first ever PvP win. Dang, I'm sorry, man. Dude, that's tough, bro. All right, bang. That's a lot of money. Oh, he wants to challenge me again. Yo, I'm gonna take the dub, bro. Yo, I believe you could beat the same person once every like 3 times a day and still get rewards. So, all right, let's just cook this guy, I guess, man. I don't know what to say, Brooke. What's good, man? Maybe he's helping me out. I don't know. I've never met this guy before, but he's in my video, man. So, Brooke, if you ever watch this video, bro, yo, thank you, man. I appreciate your contribution. All right, because PvP crates, guys, I'm not gonna lie, they're nice. If you can get some good drops in them, you're cooking. All right, let's go finish this base off. There we go. 6. That's enough to get 1 crate. All right, you know what? If he challenges me again, man, I'll take it. All right, here we go. Oh man, that's a lot of XP. You know what? I love the rock. So I need some gems. All right, I love the rock. All right, bang. We'll claim that. We got some weekly quests done too, and bang, there we go. All right, what are we rocking with now? 5,000. Let's cook. All right. This should allow us to get a frick ton of upgrades. So let me see what I can cook here. Gem. Yes, we maxed out the gem multiplier. It's very important. Very, very, very important. Oh, he wants to play me again. Yo, okay. All right, man. All right. I'll beat you again, man. I have stronger units now. I don't know what this guy's doing, dude. Why does he keep wanting to play me? I mean, I'll take the money, man. I'll take it, man. Let's cook. All right, I kind of feel bad, dude, but I am kind of the creator of the game. Or one of the creators, dude. I'm sorry for cooking you, bro. Oh, man. He wants to play again? All right, I wanted to test this. I think there's a limit to how many times you can beat somebody, but we're about to find out. I thought it was 3, but maybe the cap got raised. All right, because I need like 1 more, then I can open up a frick ton of these crates. All right, the nice about the rock is you can actually hit the base from range. So imagine Galaxy Rock, dude. I'm gonna have to try that once I get it. All right, let's see here. No more rewards, guys, because we cooked him too many times. All right, sorry, man. Bro, stop challenging me. I can't. Okay, I might have to turn my request off here in the settings. So here we go. Block PvP request. There we go. Also, if you do have lag, guys, turn on these options right there. You should be in a good spot. All right, let's go see what we can cook here. Limited crate is rares. Dang, but look, they do get more expensive though. All right, let's open up some of these. I wish I would have some of the upgrades. Actually, can I buy any of the upgrades? I'm tempted. All right, I'm trying to decide what's better to do. Is there any cheap ones? Oh, these are not cheap at all. You know what? It's worth it though. It's worth it. All right, it'll still give me enough to summon 1. All right, let's summon 1 lucky crate. There we go. All right, we really need to get a mythic, man, or a traded units. All right, I do not see any traded units, but we did get the wizard. Is the wizard any good? I don't think I ever used the wizard. He's a splash damage unit with some decent stats. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna help us. All right, that's fine. All right, we have enough to summon just a few times here. All right, here we go. All right, we got a common one. Trying to remember if this guy was good. Angry Bot. He might have like a fat. Oh, here we go. Got the rare one. Let's cook. Crimson Bot. Okay. He might be a fast one. And we got the uncommon as well. Now, the nice thing about this is it's going to really help us out in this index. So there we go. We got 1,000 gems just like that. We're about to get 500 more. We just need a little bit of luck on the summons. So that's good. All right. Let me see if any of these units are going to help out our team. All right, Crimson Bot is not a bad unit, but he's not what we needed. Bite Boy has not what we needed. Angry Bot has 30 speed. Yo, now that is what we need. I'm gonna be honest, that's cooking. All right, I think we might actually go with the Angry Bot. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have a trait on him, but 30 speed is currently our highest. And if we can spam him pretty quickly, that's gonna be really nice for us to speed run some of these modes. All right, let me think here what the best move. I don't really want to do crazy right now. All right, I did actually get some mediums done, but let's knock off some of these and let's speed run this because I believe these first time rewards are gonna be pretty nice for us. All right, once you get a crimson bot, look at that, guys, 15 seconds. I'll kind of show you real quick. All right, we do need to upgrade our, look at that, guys. Now the problem is he is just gonna blow up. So you do kind of need to have some units in front of him, but once the unit gets to the base, you'll be in a good spot. So that bosses, they push you back a little bit. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, that was pretty quick. I think this bot is gonna really help us speed run this. All right, there we go. Good news, we have enough for another summon in the banner. Will we get lucky enough, guys? I don't know. I'm really trying to pull a mythic here, guys, but I don't know what our luck's looking like. Dang, another rare, man. How do you get mythic bad, dude? All right, okay, we got a knight with huge. Now, knight actually is also pretty tanky as well, so I actually like knight a lot. All right, also, I think we can just start selling some units, so let's just sell anything that doesn't have a trait on it, because I'm gonna be honest, if it doesn't have a trait on it, it might not be a good unit to use. So, all right, I don't care even if they seem to be a rarer one. We'll get better later, but all right, I might keep one of those. I don't need one of these. All right, there we go. 11. Okay, that's a lot of money, guys. 16,000, and that's gonna be very nice because we can use that for some upgrades. So honestly, XP isn't the end of the world. Like, it's not bad. So it's not a bad thing to buy, but I'm gonna be honest, in my case, I'm gonna get this because this should allow us to even beat the matches even faster than we are already. So we can, you know, just really start cooking. All right, let's keep up the grind. All right, so it looks like for this weekly quest, I didn't realize it, but we need some more uncommons. So as far as units, I'm trying to decide who I don't really need. Honestly, these archers are probably not gonna level up that fast. I don't think they're that viable for the strategy. Look how bulky this guy gets though. So let's test out this knight. We'll see how bulky this guy can be. And hopefully he's gonna do us some damage as well. Because we just need a lot of uncommon damage. So let's keep cooking. All right, here we go, let's cook. All right, so I guess we'll have to level up these units. Yeah, do I really want to level up this knight? Not really. He's actually a pretty good unit, but I usually like bulky on my knights. So we'll just go with the, well, I could level up this wizard a bit. I just don't think the wizard is that good. Yeah, I'm kind of more into the archers, to be honest. All right, let's see what we can get here, guys. We got the weekly quest done, which is big, and daily quest. Here we go, guys. Philosopher's Stone, very nice one, and daily completion is for a free food crate. So let's open up this food crate. Here we go. We ended up getting Connie Cone. All right, is Connie Cone good? Connie Cone. Oh, it's a summoner. Ooh, those are actually not that bad. Honestly, this is really tempting. Might have to check that one out. All right, let's check. Oh, we have a lot of money. We have a lot of money. A whole lot of money. All right, that's what I'm talking about, guys. All right, we always make sure we get those maxed out. We're almost actually done maxing those out, which would be really nice. And I did want to get a mythic, so I think we're gonna try our luck again. Unless there's something I can buy for 5,000. Ooh, I get some more trait luck. All right, we'll go with trait luck. There we go. So we got a little bit of boost to both. You do want to max these out, but I'm gonna be honest, gems in this game are pretty difficult to get. So it's gonna be a little tough to do that. Base health doesn't really matter that much to me. All right, well, we have a pretty decent roster though. Now we did actually get some orbs. So we have the Philosopher's Stone to increase this unit's health by 20%. So you gotta figure out what unit you want to have a lot of health. Now, usually I like to put that on a knight or a rock, but I think for this current strategy, I don't really know how helpful it's gonna be. However, I will say, oh, we have a friend boost. That's also a thing in the game, guys. If your friend joins the game, I don't know who has friended home my new to pro account, but they do give you a 1.1x boost, which is very, very useful. So keep that in mind as well. Here we go. Orbs, equip on the ninja. Ninja is going to be the go-to because honestly, he's really fast and does good damage. All right, let's continue the madness. I thought there was a free mythic in here for some reason. I don't remember, but we're gonna keep going, and we might end up with a free mythic somewhere. Don't quite remember. And maybe we'll end up with the Deadeye Orb. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I actually kind of want this Deadeye Orb. Oh, because the thing is, this Deadeye Orb is gonna be crazy on my Galaxy Archer. All right, so number 10 gave us the free Wind Mage on Volcanic Crater. Honestly, not that helpful for us, but I guess we'll take it. All right, let's continue. I think this one also gives a free unit. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but the Wielder is what we really want to get because that's a mythic, and he's actually pretty decent. He's kind of a hybrid between a tank and a DPS, which isn't that bad, but he does have a high spawn time. Is this the one we get for Ninja Town? Let's see. Or is it a ninja? Oh, it is a ninja. All right, we'll take the ninja. I'm trying to remember what was the prize. Maybe it's on a higher difficulty. So there we go. We got another free ninja. Not a bad unit. All right, quest-wise, we don't have any more of those to do. So let's go knock off a 10x here. Not another epic, guys. Well, if it does have a trait, that's fine. Dang, no traits on that one. All right, that sucks. All right, let's go sell some units. Again, I generally recommend selling units that don't have traits on them. They, even if it's a, yeah, I just feel like traits are just really good in this game. All right, there we go. 6,300. I'll take it. 12,000 bucks. All right, and again, we're trying to speed run, so that's really good for the speed run. That's not really that important. And again, we do need to get that one as well. So we're doing pretty decent. All right, let's see here what else we got for story mode wise. I did want to get that Deadeye orb though, so I think we're gonna try it on medium. And yeah, that'll really help us out here. Wizard Tower. Ooh, what does this one drop? Probably gives us a free wizard at the end. Okay, Star Orb. I think these first time clears do get a little bit better too. So there is still a lot of stories we got to go through. So we'll keep going through the story modes, and maybe we can get to the end. We actually might be able to get to the end. I would not be surprised. So let's keep cooking. All right, there we go. The next one we got is a free Reaper. Let's go. This might be our strongest unit. Ooh, I'm liking the stats a lot, but the spawn time on these rare units is crazy. So keep that in mind. That's kind of the reason why I don't often use them. All right, weekly dedication. We need to deal some more uncommon damage still. 3 hours is gonna be a little bit tough for us to do, but uncommon damage should be pretty easily. I think what we're gonna have to do for this one though is we're just gonna go, oh, I only have these two. Honestly, this might be able to solo. I'm gonna bring the Reaper though, because I don't mind leveling him up a little bit. All right, index wise, we need a lot of that for that. All right, and you know what, we'll just bring some units to level up, why not? Here we go. So hopefully this will allow us to do a bunch of uncommon damage. All right, let's keep cooking. All right, we're on Cursed Carnival, so let's keep going. All right, here we go. I believe that's gonna allow us to get that uncommon damage quest, but obviously there's certain units we want to level up. Now I'm gonna be honest, I want to try out Coney Cone, so maybe we'll try to level up Coney Cone a little bit. Honestly, Reaper might be good too. We'll go Ninja, and honestly, these two I really want. Oh, I actually do want to level up my Angry Bot as well. All right, this is an interesting team to say the least, but we'll level up all these units. Bang. And unfortunately, 3 hours again. We've only played for about an hour on the Noob to Pro, and you can see how OP we are. So the next thing we want to go for is these achievements. So we need to summon a bunch of units, and we need to deal a bunch of damage. So basically, right now, I believe we just need to deal a bunch of damage and summon units. So and we should be able to get all those done. Now there is these specialist quests. So these are also pretty doable for us. So this is what I would recommend you guys start knocking out once you beat the daily quest and as many of the weekly quests as you can. So it looks like this one is called Rare Specialist. So let's focus on this one next. So we just need to bring as many rare units as we can, and that should allow us to start knocking these off. So I do have a ton of rare units, so this should be easy. So we'll just bring this guy, and we'll bring some units we haven't bring, like we don't really bring anymore. So full team of rare units, and it looks like we need to do 400,000, so just a little bit more rare damage, and win some PvP matches. Can't really do that one right now, so I believe that one will cover that. Yes, that's the only rare quest we have, and the rest is just damage. And then we do need to summon a bunch as well. All right, so we do need to summon, so let's do a 10x, and let's try to pull that Cosmic Weaver. Oh, legendary, there we go. If it has a trait, that's big. That's big if it has a trait. Dang, another Reaper is tough though. It's not the end of the world, but not really what we wanted. All right, we'll sell some units. There we go. All right, we have a bunch of money now, 20 grand. All right, what upgrades can we buy? We need 25,000. All right, we are just gonna sell some stuff. All right, because I think if we can get that, that'd be really helpful. So this is gonna sell, I don't know. I feel like there might be an epic quest we need to do. All right, there we go. 5,400 is perfect for us. And that's gonna allow us to max out the XP upgrades. So we already maxed out 3 upgrades. These 2 are pretty good, but for our purposes, we're okay on this one. We will need to max that one out later. Now these 2 are the ones you really want to max out. Unit storage, it can get a little low sometimes, so keep that in mind. And we did actually get a Star Orb drop. This unit has a 10% chance to spawn twice. Now this might sound OP, but this might actually hurt you because it's just gonna help you like reach the spawn cap quick. But anyways, it's not that big of a deal. Now I'm gonna put on my Goblin because he's like one of the speedy units, and I feel like that's gonna be a pretty cool combo to just have double bombs. I think that's gonna allow us to really speed run some of these. All right, let's knock some of these out damage wise. We just need to do a bunch of damage, but usually infinite mode is the fastest for damage. But I just want to knock these out to get more orbs and whatnot. All right, so this one, Cursed Carnival, gives you a free Flame Master, so we copped that pretty quickly. All right, there we go. For number 10, we got the Necromancer for free. We'll take that. Let's cook. This is another summoner unit, so I'll definitely take that. All right, I don't think I ended up getting enough damage, though, unfortunately, from this quest. I think we're going to try an infinite mode for this damage, because we're not getting much damage at all. So let's hop on infinite mode. And I do recommend doing the highest infinite mode you can. So we did just unlock this one. As you can see, it's just going to give you way more the higher one you do. Now, you aren't going to last nearly as long, but it's worth it. So let's keep cooking. And let's see how much damage we can get from one infinite. Oh, we also got a daily rewards as well. So we also got the Archer. Bulky Archer is so bad. I don't know if I recommend that one, but we did get that from the free daily rewards because we played around midnight. Also, I want to give a shout out to Dreamy Love for making the thumbnail for this video. So big W to Dreamy. All right, so actually try to do it endless where the boss doesn't have range, and you should be doing a lot better. So here we go. Let's knock this one off. All right, now this one is going to give us a bunch of XP. So I would, we actually got 2 of them. They're going to give you a bunch of XP. So now we just got to decide what units I want to level up here. All right, is Coney Cone good? Honestly, maybe. So I like the traded units. All right, I need to unequip this orb. I don't think I'm going to use that unit like ever again. So, not really a big fan of that one. All right, we need to keep all the traded units that I want to use often. I don't really like Bulky Archer. Ninja, I kind of want to level up. I need a traded Ninja, though. Coney Cone, I don't think I'm ever going to get one traded up. And Giant Knight. I don't know if I really want to use that one. What about, Reaper? Honestly, I kind of want to try the Summoners a little more. So maybe we'll level up these Summoners a bit. All right, there we go. Knock that one off and knock that one off. We have a bunch of gems now, and that's going to allow us to get a daily... Oh, we got a daily reset. Forgot about that. We got lucky on the daily reset because we did it around midnight. So now we just got to play a little bit more for another Philosopher's Stone and do some PvP matches. Should be pretty easy to get. So that's a huge W. We just need to summon a bunch of units right now. All right, we can definitely handle that. All right, but first we got to make sure we get our upgrades maxed. All right, 10,000 and 5,000. Perfect. All right, and we're just going to max out this gold. There we go. Max out some of that. All right, we're doing a lot better now. All right, let's see what our next thing we want to max out is. So, summon 100 units. Well, we decided to just do something else. Deal a bunch of damage. Oh my gosh. Well, that's going to take us a hot minute. All right, slay a bunch of enemies and deal 5 million damage. That's also going to take us a hot minute. So, it looks like we need to use common units and uncommon units. And that should get us a ton of money and a ton of XP and a ton of gems. And, oh, wait, yeah. And it'll get us... Okay, that's the 2-for-1 special. So we need to bring the best common units we got and uncommons. So we'll bring these ones because they have traits. This guy has a trait. This guy has a trait. All right, and of course we got to bring the Angry Bot. All right, there we go. Let's launch this on an infinite mode and hopefully it's gonna let us cook. We'll try Forest Beginnings. I don't think this guy's ranged, so we should be able to get pretty far. Also, if you are on keyboard, you can use your number keys on the units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can kind of just use that to speedrun things a lot. All right, hopefully that's enough damage. We did a lot of damage. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh my goodness, was that not enough? Dang, gotta deal even more. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Whew. All right, we're really close though. We just need a lot of uncommon damage and just a little bit more common damage. Okay, that's not too bad. Now, every time we do that, we get a bunch of levels, so that's good too. All right, summon-wise, we're gonna go blast one of these because I'm really trying to get that mythic, guys. Come on, we gotta get that mythic, man. Another epic. Now, if it's a traded epic, I'm always okay with that. Oh, we got a traded galaxy. Oh, man. Oh, we got some new units, though. We got a Stormcaller. Not bad. All right, Stormcaller is decent, but I don't really think I use it in many of my strategy. We only need 2 more for that one, which is nice. All right, and then you can also use this as well to kind of see what all you're missing, etc. And once trading is added, this will be a lot easier to max out. All right. So as far as what we're... Oh, man. All right, well, we're doing okay. Any upgrades I can buy? I don't think those are going to actually help us. Yeah, it looks like we really just need to figure out how to grind some more gems here. All right, well, I think while we're here, we're just going to see if this common team can start ripping out some of these story modes. I'm actually kind of curious. Is commons good enough to beat story mode? Let's find out here. Mechanical Factory. All right, so this is more the robot map. Honestly, we're doing all right. I wouldn't say it's the fastest, though, even though we do have bite. We do have this Angry Bot. All right, 1,000 HP though on the base. Okay, that's not bad. All right, only 885 damage though is crazy. So yeah, you really don't get damage done on these. Dang, all right, all right. I think that's telling us it's time for some more infinite mode, so let's keep cooking. All right, here we go. Hopefully this is enough. We got a lot of levels too, so let's see here. Is this enough for all 3 quests? Bang, bang, and bang. Perfect. All right, let's swap over to our team that we actually want to keep. So here we go. I like ninja, archer. All right, who else do I want to keep? Kind of want to keep my Rocky, but dang, man, that's tough. All right, Coney Cone might actually be good. Genuinely don't know right now. Oh, double summoner could be crazy. All right, we'll try this as the roster here. All right, bang, bang, and bang. We getting rich, boys. Oh, we almost got that one too. We just got to summon again. Perfect. Perfect. All right, upgrades. We got 7,500. Oof. All right, we need to buy those upgrades bad. All right, what can I get in the summon wise? Let's see what the limited summon banner is. All right, it's uncommons now. This has really good odds, and it's only 2,500 bucks. So we're gonna actually do a 10x on this one. All right, there we go. All right, now it's gonna give us all uncommons, but that's okay. They're supposed to have boosted trade odds. Crap. We didn't get any traded ones, man. That's tough, dude. That's tough. Dang, man. All right, we're gonna try that again. Crap, man. That sucks. All right, well, we're just gonna blast the rest of them because I need some traits, man. Actually, no, that's too slow. We're not gonna do that. Actually, well, I'll tell you if I get a good unit. All right, here we go, guys, and bang! Let's cook. Let's cook. All right, our units are all doing really well leveled wise. 39. Oh my gosh. Like what I'm seeing. Like what I'm seeing. Now we. All right, you know what? Let's check what the mythic odds are because I'm really trying to get this freaking mythic, man. Jeez. All right, what are the drop rates? Whoa, dang. No wonder we're not getting any mythics, man. All right, well, we'll blast a couple here. All right, legendary's good. If it has a trait, we're cooking. Oh, bulky reaper. Yo, now we're talking, guys. Now we're talking. I can rock with a bulky reaper. Yo, oh, and we got gold. Okay. Dang, another ninja, man. Crap. All right, bulky reaper is crazy. Is that good? 8. Oh, he actually is kind of, he's tanky, dude. Yo, this guy might actually be a lit. All right, I'm actually gonna give him the star orb. Ooh, actually, no, I'm gonna give it to Coney Cone. Do double Coney Cone, double summons. Oh, that'd be OP. All right. All right, well, I have a bunch of money. That's not worth it, dude. All right, I'll buy it anyway. All right, what are the next quests we gotta do? I swear it's gonna be just like damage right now. All right, let me see what quest we gotta rock with. Daily completionist, PvP. Okay, so we need to do some PvP matches, it looks like. I honestly love PvP crates. They're really good. And play for 3 hours. So honestly, if we just left the thing on and we would get. Oh, wait, I didn't get this one? No way, dude. No way I didn't get this. I thought I just got that one. Okay, so I guess we need to use more uncommon units. All right, we can definitely rock with that one. All right, so I'm gonna just swap out, I guess. We'll just swap out you on the roster. We'll just bring an uncommon along with the ride. All right, who's gonna do a lot of damage? 81 damage and fast. All right, this monkey I think is gonna do a lot of damage for us. All right, let's keep blasting the story modes. Let's cook. Okay, so I think that was the halfway quest. We got a free bite boy, which isn't bad. Let's keep cooking. Yo, we also got a free golden golem. I actually like golden golem a lot. Definitely one of the better units here. All right, we need 4 for the librarian, and this one is Volt Titan again. Look at that health, guys. It's crazy work. All right, I'm gonna try to level up my units a little bit. I kind of want to do that with the quest, but let's blast in infinite mode real quick, and hopefully that'll get us to actually. Ooh, if we swap it out. All right, we're gonna swap these out for the uncommons, and that should allow us to speedrun this a little bit. We do have a lot of uncommons now, so hopefully this is gonna help us get some damage in there. We got triple uncommons, and then I guess we can just get rid of Coney Cone for now, because we just need as much damage as possible. All right, we'll bring the buff noob, unless I have anything else. Oh, no, this guy's a trait. Grenadier. Splash damage. Okay, that actually could really stock it up. All right, we'll bring the other guy too, because we want to level him up. All right, let's go get ourselves some freaking damage, man. All right, there we go. Not bad. All right, hopefully that's enough to get the quest. Now, I don't really want to level up my uncommons, yeah. But I do want to level up this Reaper, and I do want to level up the goats. So what's this Reaper at? Oh my gosh. 1,400 damage and line. Dude, that's actually OP. That is legit OP. All right, let's see what else we got going on. I guess we'll bring back the Coney Cone. I don't even know if Coney Cone's good, honestly. Whatever. All right. I'm gonna be real. I think it's time to go double reap. Double reaper be crazy work. Bang. All right. We get that spawn in. We're cooking. All right. Achievements. All right. We got that one done. All right. Daily. We need to do some PvP. I think we might be able to cook some people in PvP too. All right. We honestly played over we played about an hour and a half. So we need to do. Oh, we already did all that. So for the free rainbow orb, we just got to play a little bit longer. All right. We might do that in part 2. All right, daily quest. We just need to, this one is gonna be done anytime soon. So play 3 PvP matches. Those should all be pretty doable. All right, let's go knock another 10x off. You know, you never know when you're gonna get that mythic, guys. Gotta chase the dragon, man. All right, we got a light traits. Okay, I love traded units. Always great. All right, I think we have a bunch of stuff to sell too. So they should get us pretty up there on money. So hopefully we can turn this into something magical. Again, always recommend selling only non-traded units, because even traded commons can be meta. All right, 8 grand is nothing in this game. All right, it is what it is. All right, what upgrades can we get? We need more upgrades, guys. All right, we have we already have all the. All right, this one I do recommend maxing, but that's life. All right, looks like we need to go play some PvP people. So let's go turn off the PvP quests, and let's start challenging people. All right, has not completed the tour. Oh man, he has a lot of wins, dude. All right, we're about to get cooked. All right, let's see if either of these guys are gonna face us. I don't know if they are going to. That's tough. That's tough. All right, hopefully the other people complete the tutorial. Dang, he declined. That's tough. All right, tell him to. Oh my gosh, and he declined, bro. That was an easy win for you, man. All right, I think it's this guy and GG Sue. Okay, there we go. Somebody accepted. All right, can we cook this guy? What's his base? Oh, is that his base? 550? Oh no, dang, he doesn't play the game, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to cook you like that. Dude, that's tough, man. All right, well, unfortunately, I do need to complete this quest, so I don't know. I want him to enjoy the game, though. I want him to enjoy the game and not just keep getting cooked. All right, well, he did get, actually, wait, no, I think this will help him complete the quest. So let me help this guy complete the quest. All right, there we go. Challenge, challenge, challenge. All right, we'll see if anybody accepts. Dang, oh, there we go. Who? Okay, we got a new guy, Sula. All right, oh my gosh, he's new too, bro. I'm sorry to cook you like that, bro. Dang, I'm cooking all the new players, man. This is not good. This is not good. Well, hopefully he gets inspired to become pro. All right, let's run it back. Or did he leave the game, dude? He might have left the game. Dang, he left the game. No, I scared him away. I'm sorry. Sorry. Hey, that's tough, man. I'm just trying to film a video, man. I just need one more PvP win, dude. All right, well, anybody else left? Dude, this guy gotta face me, bro. Come on, just face me one time. All right, here we go. Let's go get an Onyx spot real quick. This might be our highest chance. What's the drop rate on the Onyx spot? Oh my gosh, it's the same drop rate. Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. Does it have trait drops? Yes, it does, though. Ooh, if I could get a trait on the Angry Bot, it would be crazy work. All right, let me see if anybody else joined. We literally just need one. Dang, it's just Zoro. That's tough. All right, we're gonna beat the story mode. So I believe Food Kingdom 10 does give us like a free Benny burger, I want to say. So maybe it gives us a food crate, I'm not sure. But here's the hot dog. This is like the rare in the food crate. So let's see what it's gonna get here for us. Come on, come on. Yeah, usually the number 10 is usually a lot harder, so I don't recommend farming the number 10. All right, we got the corn on the cob too. All right, I think that was actually the boss though, so we just got to get to the end now. All right, easy dubs. Just took too long. All right, there we go. We ended up with Benny Burger huge trait. No way, we got a traded Benny Burger. Yo, now that is OP. That is legit OP. Oh my gosh. Yo, all right, let's check the stats on the Benny Burger. 6-second spawn time with these stats. Yo, let's compare that to my huge knight. No, I'm a huge rock slinger. Is this guy? Oh, and he's range. Yo, what? That is good as frick. Oh my gosh, and he's a line AoE. Stormcaller, Benny Burger. Okay, this Benny Burger huge is just busted. All right, we're gonna swap out the cone for the Benny Burger. This is actually legit OP. All right, store orb. All right, we're gonna give. Actually, I don't know. Reaper might. I don't know. I feel like this is my best unit in the game now. Benny Burger. Okay, we gotta level up the Benny Burger ASAP. All right, hopefully one of these quests is gonna give us some XP. No XP, but we did. Oh, we did get the HP bonus. Low key, that's not a bad look. All right, who deserves the HP? Let's give it to the Reaper. 2,000 HP Reaper. Yes. Just yes. All right, upgrade wise, I'm tempted to buy some more upgrades here. I don't know, those are just too expensive. All right, let's get some good luck, guys. Actually, I'm trying to decide what the best meta thing to do is. All right, limited crate is for the commons. Oh, they're really cheap though if you do the limited crate. Ooh, that's actually tempting. It's actually tempting because that's gonna allow us to get a lot. All right, let's take a look at the quests. Is there any quests for summoning? All right, here we go. Deal damage. Anything summoning related? No, it's just dealing a frick ton of damage. That's not gonna help us at all. I need one more freaking PvP match. Dude. Okay, Wenda or Razor Blades, bro. Maybe I'll just take a dive. I might take a dive so they don't like leave the game. Dang, they declined though. That's tough. All right, that sucks. All right, well, let's get stocked up on some variants. Now, what I recommend you guys do is you can just auto sell, but it won't auto sell if you get a variant. So this is really cheap and there's a lot of stock. So we're just gonna blast this, and this is gonna give us a lot of variants to speed up that index. Wow, we got no variants there. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we need a little bit more on the. Okay, that is tough, guys. That is actually tough. Dude, that is so cooked. I thought we were gonna get a bunch of variants. We got none. All right, well, back to the grind then. Yo, Wenda was good. Gotta 1v1 me, man. 1v1 me. All right, let's see if he's gonna take it. Dude, I'll literally let you win. All right, well, dang, they left the game. Well, that's tough. I just need one more for the quest, man. Dang, I'm gonna have to just rejoin the server. All right, let's finish up this match here. All right, Divine Realm. Yo, Rust Helm. 0.1% chance. Holy, and a Titan Orb? Yo, okay. Let's cook on this Divine Realm. I mean, we got the freaking Benny Burger, so this Benny Burger. Oh my gosh, never mind. Dude, we're facing Divine units for real. Holy. Yo, okay, the difficulty just skyrocketed on this one. Okay, wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. All right. Now, I'm actually curious, does the chance increase with the rarity here? Well, it looks like the prizes are way better too. Oh man, that's some, okay. No, okay, that does increase, so that's good. All right, well, let's see how far we can get on the last map. Dude, if we can beat the last map though, even if it's on easy, that's pretty pro. Now, I'll be honest though, the Benny Burger is the GOAT. Yeah, this Benny Burger about to be busted. Line, oh, dude, this is actually crazy. I was not expecting to get a huge Benny Burger. That is busted, and for free too from beating a thing. That's insane. All right, here's the last map on story mode. Oh, there's the Overseer. That's the best unit in the game, guys, I guess. According to the Divine Crates, at least. Like the rarest unit in the game. All right, honestly, this last map is gonna get interesting. What's the boss? Okay, here's the Overseer boss. This is the guy that he summons those. Oh my gosh, that is OP. All right, we cooked him though. All right, what are we gonna get for beating this? All right. Oh, whoa, no way, bro. That's too OP, bro. Radiant King light trait. What is my luck? Is that just luck or what is that? Yo, guys, this is crazy work. What was the prize supposed to be? First time clear. Oh, is it guaranteed? Oh, it might be guaranteed. Oh, it is just guaranteed. Oh, nice. Okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, light trait though is crazy work. All right, he must be at the bottom. All right, whoa, 325 for 130. 4.8 second timing. Okay, he's a must-have, dude. Okay, he's meta for sure. All right, he might be better than my archer. What's his range looking like? 15 range, those buns. 15 range, but he's actually good besides that. Ooh, I'm tempted. Is he fast? 26, and he's fast. Oh, he's faster than my ninja. Okay, you know what? I think we might have to drop ninja for him. All right, I'm gonna drop the, okay, let me equip this onto Radiant King. Oh wait, crap. Okay, I gotta just unequip it all. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna drop ninja. This Radiant King is just better, just straight up better. And I guess we'll give this one to, ooh, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna give, ooh, Star Orb to Radiant King because it's just so fast. Oh yes, so fast. Radiant King's about to be busted, guys, and it's free too. Jeez. All right, and I'll give this one to the huge Benny Burger. And I'll give this one to Reaper. Reaper's more my tank right now. 2000 HP is insane. Whoa, that's busted. All right, that's insane, guys. All right, medium chances. I'm kind of, ooh, 2,000 bucks? Yo, okay. All right, I'm liking what I'm seeing, guys. All right, I'm actually kind of curious to see what the 10 reward is. So let's try to beat these all on medium. I don't know if it's possible, but our team is pretty lit. And if we can level up this guy at all, oh my gosh, about to be crazy work. All right, no luck on this though. We still need a bunch, but we are absolutely cooking. All right, so now this is kind of when, looks like Divine 5 is when you really start needing to actually get some of these upgrades, because you just don't have enough base HP to survive like that first little tiny onslaught. So let's get the luck multiplier, and we're just gonna upgrade that a bunch and that a bunch, and that should help us out a bunch as well. All right, let's hop back on story mode. I think this is gonna be a little bit tough for us. I want to see if we can beat the first level on hard though. That might be pretty OP. And this is, oh, it says this one gives a lot of XP. So sometimes different modes give you different items. So like if you want to do hard mode for XP on the units, like that's often a good strategy. All right, well, looks like we might need to rework our team a little bit to do that. So let's check out story mode Forest Beginnings on hard mode. And there we go. How many did we do on the hard mode? Did we do all 10? No, we did not. That's a lot of XP, guys. Look at that. 600. Oh wait, 675 is not bad. All right, we already did a bunch of these on hard. All right, looks like all we need to do on hard is 8, 9, and 10. So let's knock these off, and 2% chance at the blazing orb. Very nice. And that orb is one of the better orbs. It gives you bonus damage. So let's see if we can knock this Forest Beginnings off pretty quickly. I think we can, thanks to this new Divine we got. Oh yeah, that's easy. All right, let's cook, and then we'll try it on crazy. Oh yeah, that's skyrocketing the levels. There we go. So we beat the entire first map on hard. Let's try it on in crazy now. 2.5% drop is awesome. And I believe these are when you're going to get some really good rewards. Now, I don't know if we're strong enough to beat this. We'll have to find out, but let's cook. I don't remember. I think this is when we get some good gems. Yeah, there we go. So this crazy mode is how you get those good gems. So let's keep cooking. Let's see if we can beat this guy with only Benny Burger. All right. Bro, I don't know, man. The Benny Burger, pretty OP. Bro, this guy's about to... Oh my gosh, what is his avatar, bro? Dude. All right, I'm just gonna send one Benny Burger. Bro, this might be too OP. Too OP. I don't know if he can talk. Bro, he's probably like, what is this thing doing, bro? This is so funny. Too OP, yes. EA free unit from story mode. All right, that's funny. All right, let's claim that, and we'll claim that as well for a food crate. There we go. And another Benny Burger, bro. Benny Burger only challenge for real. Let's cook, guys. Let's freaking cook. All right, here we go. Let's see what kind of upgrades we can get here. We'll get that one and that one. And again, we need to save for 10,000 smackers. All right, I'm just happy I got another Benny Burger. All right, let's keep going on Forest Beginnings. What have we done yet? Okay, we're not on that one crazy. We're not on that. Okay, we beat that one in 8 seconds. Is crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's keep cooking. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Noob to Pro episode. We got a pretty freaking amazing roster. And a lot of these units you guys can get pretty easily as well just by being the story mode. And honestly, it took me like maybe 2 hours tops. Anyways, catch you guys in the next one and update soon. Peace.